Hi everyone, welcome to my chaotic corner of the internet. So my original plan was to make this video once the mystery was solved, but spoiler alert, the mystery still isn't solved. However, I still wanted to make this video because there's this, I call it my white whale song. There's this piece of lost media that I can't identify, and I want to talk about the journey that I've been on to try to identify it. I know that I'm very interested in other people's lost media, so I'm hoping that at least someone out there will be interested in mine. Basically, there's this song, and I remember that it existed, but I don't remember the words. I don't think I ever knew the words because it screamed, so I couldn't understand it anyway. So I don't know the name of the song, I don't know the name of the artist. It's all a big mystery to me, and it consumes me, and it's been consuming me for like a long time now. I think it's been over a year since I first randomly remembered the song. How I randomly remembered the song is I was going through an oddly specific playlist thread where somebody was looking for Viking sounding songs, and for whatever reason this song popped into my head, and a name also popped into my head, and that name was Amidst Her Shadows by Clad in Darkness. So I looked up Amidst Her Shadows by Clad in Darkness only to find that that was a different song. But I'm pretty sure that they came out at like the same time, and I'm pretty sure I found both of them on MySpace. So it would have been about 2006, maybe a little bit before then, but I know that Amidst Her Darkness came out in 2006, and I feel like my song also did. So basically the song I'm looking for is like an atmospheric black metal. I feel weird giving it a genre because it's hard to pin down really. I just realized while editing that melodic black metal would also fit. I don't know if that's a thing. That's a thing, right? I don't even know. The vocals actually sound a lot like Amidst Her Shadows by Clad in Darkness. Like, that's pretty much the same vocal style. And it's actually pretty much the same genre. I'm pretty sure that the song is not by Clad in Darkness because I've listened to all the songs they've put out there, and my mystery song wasn't one of them. Still, that's the strongest kind of connection that I have so far. So I remember like every note of the song, like I remember every chord in the song, and I went to go post about it on r/tipofmytongue, but like when you do that, you can't just put "it goes do do do." You have to like either hum it into like Vocaroo, or in my case, what I did was I kind of learned how to play it on guitar. I want to get some people together who know how to play instruments and kind of recreate the song better, because I know that my version did it no justice. I tried my hardest, but I can't strum fast enough, for example. It still doesn't sound quite right. But I posted that on YouTube along with a bunch of notes, and I'll link that in the description if you want to listen to it. I posted it in Tip of My Tongue. I got a lot of really good leads, but nothing that solved the song. People were like, oh, is it Agalock? And I was like, I hear that, absolutely, but no, it's not Agalock. I found my original Tip of My Tongue thread, and actually I don't think anyone mentioned Agalock on there. I don't know why I remembered it that way. That will also be in the description in case you want to see it. I wish it was that easy, but I feel like this is a band that like nobody's heard of before. Unfortunately, I love obscure stuff, and so it's very possible that nobody has ever heard of this artist except for me. So after I posted about it on Tip of My Tongue and I chased all those leads to no avail, I kind of forgot about the song for a while. But then I was at work one day and I was getting a new laptop and my phone died, and so I was bored, and so I was sitting there looking through my work backpack and I found two iPods in there. I found these two in the pocket of my backpack. This one I can get into. This one still works properly. This one I got totally locked out of, and it won't let me even try anymore. I still have no idea what my password would have been. I tried to get into this one and it just won't let me. So those were a bust. But then I remember that I had another iPod at my parents' house. This is an iPod mini from 2006. And I was like, oh my god, 2006. That's like the year that I'm pretty sure the song came out. So I did manage to charge it up once. And because I didn't know what the song was called, I was going through and listening to every song on here. And unfortunately, it froze up, like it just locked up and died. So I took it home and I plugged it into my laptop. And my friend actually shared an article with me about how to get into hidden files on your iPod, because Apple hides and like encrypts all of the files in here. You have to like choose like view hidden files, and then you can go in and look at them. And so I did. And here's where I messed up. Here's my fatal error, because I was able to see all the songs on here. And what I should have done, and if I could go back in time, this is like the one regret I have. What I should have done is I should have like copied and pasted all the songs onto my laptop and then tried to listen to them. But I didn't do that because I didn't have the foresight. I didn't realize how fragile of a situation it was. And so I tried to listen to all the songs on the iPod, and once again it locked up and it froze and died. And this time it was dead. Kind of gave up on that for a while. And then one night I was thinking about the song again, and I randomly thought, I wonder if anyone has archived like a bunch of music from MySpace. So apparently some years ago MySpace had some sort of like server crash, and they lost all of the music, like all of it. A lot of it is probably just gone forever. But there are some people out there who are keeping archives of music from MySpace. And so I found one of those, or actually I found two so far, and I'll link them in the description in case you want to check them out. The first one I found, it was more emo and screamo centered. There wasn't really a lot of metal on there. I still went through the whole thing trying to find my song, but it wasn't on there. While I was doing that, I was talking to a friend of mine. I was talking to him about like my iPod problem, and he was like, that sounds like a battery issue. You could probably just replace the battery. And that never even occurred to me. So from there, I waited a few months because I had other stuff going on, but then eventually I ended up getting a new battery for my iPod. Well, so here's what happened. So there's this website called ifixit.com, and I'm not sponsored by them. I just want to rave about them for a second because their customer service was amazing. So I bought what I thought was an iPod mini replacement from them, as well as like this whole toolkit. But then I posted on Facebook and I was like, would anyone be willing to help me replace an iPod battery? And my friend Eric stepped up and was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I knew I couldn't do it myself. I'm very glad I reached out for help. So I brought what I thought was the iPod mini battery and the kit over to his house, only to learn that it was an iPad mini battery. So it was like way too big. So I ended up emailing iFixit and being like, hey, I meant to buy an iPod battery. Can I send you back the battery but keep the kit? And they got back to me in like 2 seconds and they were like, yeah. So I returned the battery, and I would have bought the iPod battery off of them, but they actually didn't have any. So I went on eBay instead, and I bought an iPod mini battery. And then I went back over to Eric's house, and he replaced it for me, which like, he's such a good dude, and he's like so patient, and he just is very like interested in the tinkering process, which I really respect that, because I'm not like that at all. Taking things apart and putting them back together, I don't like doing that. Plus, we got to hang out. But yeah, we replaced the battery, and I do have footage from that, which I'll put right here. It's warping up all right. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
It definitely doesn't have to look pretty when we're done. That's good.
Like, if we are successful in this, and we will be, I believe in us. I'm gonna plug it right into this laptop, let it charge, and then hopefully I'll be able to like copy and paste the music onto my laptop. Like, I might try to listen to it off the iPod after that, but...
Right, but initially you definitely want to get those files copied as quick as you can.
Exactly, while it still has any semblance of functioning.
All right,
Whoa.
Next step.
Perfect.
Used Jimmy for this one.
Jimmy.
I don't know why.
Well, but it also says a small flathead screwdriver in the description, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's very confusing.
Okay, small flathead screwdriver or Jimmy in the same. Okay,
Oh, gotcha.
I wonder if the Jimmy would be better for any reason.
Is that the Jimmy?
It's like that. I think so. Or
It looks like a blade.
you're right, it does.
Huh. That is really cool. Oh, wow. Now we're in the lab.
Yeah. Or the top, or whichever it is, I don't know. Should I be pointing it more toward you?
Oh, I
Or
don't
just
care.
okay.
Whatever's convenient for you.
Guess I'm used to doing the screwy stuff with my right hand. Right. So this is now a cautionary video.
Yes, don't drop your devices or you'll end up,
PSA.
if you have to take it apart later on,
Yeah.
it may not come apart.
I might have to like use some pliers to try to sort of bend it back the other way. But maybe I. Oh, come on. Don't be lame.
I saw it moving around in there. Maybe not enough.
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, you're still not pushing?
Huh.
What is your problem? Other side too or something? You know, I can say what I'm into right now and listening to right now, but if you ask about my favorites, like I gotta
Like of all time? Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta go with a standard answer. I can't put too much thought into it, so it's Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
You know. But interestingly, I don't believe they're the greatest band that's ever been. That would be the Beatles.
I mean, I don't really like the Beatles that much, I know. It's a crime.
That's okay. We don't have to talk about it. It's kind of like a family obsession for me. It's part of my family culture, essentially, to be big Beatles fans. We spend a lot of time listening to the Beatles and talking about the Beatles and watching the movies and doing Beatles Trivial Pursuit.
Just Beatles things.
With my family of origin.
That's cool.
And yeah, my daughter's definitely gotten into it as well.
My dad and I, we're like a Deftones family.
Yeah.
So I feel that.
Okay, now I gotta get past this again.
Oh my god. It's probably gonna have to charge for like the whole day, but... Oh no!
What did it say?
But unfortunately, after all of our efforts, the iPod still wasn't working and it still had this little like dead face. And so then we had the bright idea to Google what the dead face means on an iPod mini. And one of the threads said that it was usually due to a logic board situation. So I went and bought a logic board replacement for the iPod mini. And then I got bronchitis, so I was out of commission for a couple weeks. But then I brought the logic board over to Eric's house. He replaced that for me as well.
Doing the squeak again. Turn off the hold.
The thing is, the new logic board, the part where the screen attaches was a different size than the old logic board. So I think that its screen just didn't attach properly because it was a different size. So now the screen doesn't even work. It doesn't even have a dead face anymore. But I was like, well, okay, let me just see. So I brought it home, plugged it into the laptop. And the weird thing is that it did acknowledge that it was an iPod, but it would be like, you plugged an iPod into the D drive, and then you would click on the D drive and it would be like, please insert something into the D drive. So then I went on iTunes, and iTunes was like, hey buddy, looks like you plugged in a corrupted iPod. You may have to format it. And I was like, ugh. Like, obviously I don't want to format it because that would defy the purpose of all of this. So unfortunately, unless a miracle happens, I don't think the iPod is going to work again. I think I had like one window of opportunity, and I'm so mad at myself for like wasting it, you know? So anyway, what are my next steps? Well, first of all, I'm gonna try to get some local musician friends to help me recreate the song better. I'm okay with my recreation of it, but it could be better. And I think that if we had a better recreation of it, it would be easier to maybe identify it. I have this like mental image of like somebody getting the strumming right in the beginning and me putting it through Shazam and Shazam being like, oh yeah, it's this. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you never know. I'm also gonna keep trying to look for like 2006 black metal EPs, because I started that last night. I also went through another MySpace archive last night that had more metal on it, and that seemed a lot more promising, but unfortunately my song still wasn't on there. So I'm gonna see if there are any more MySpace archives out there. I'm gonna look through those. And I might even try to reach out to the people from Clad in Darkness and see if they remember this this artist that was probably one of their contemporaries. I don't know if they lived in like, you know, the same area or if they knew each other, but it would be interesting because that's like the closest artist I found to what I'm looking for. So really, at the end of the day, it's still a mystery, and I think that's just how life is sometimes. I have like a few mystery songs. I've solved a couple of them, but then there's this one. This one is going to continue to haunt me for probably the rest of my life, unless I solve it. And you know, I'm glad that I at least tried, and I'm glad that Eric helped me out. And maybe the real iPod was the friends who made along the way. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Like I said, I'm going to link my rendition of the song in the description, and I'm going to link the MySpace archives I found in the description, and a bunch of other stuff. And you know, if you have any leads for me at all, go ahead and post it in the comment section, because I'm really willing to look into like any 2006 artist that was metal and that was on MySpace. Like, it could have been any of them. Just let me know if you have any ideas. And that's the quest so far. Like I said, I was hoping that when I made this video, it would be to announce I'd found the song, but no. No. When I hopefully get people to help me record a better version of it, I will also upload that, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Shout out to everyone who helped me along the way, and I'll see you lovely humans next time.